जय श्री राधा माधव की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, दाई गौर प्रेमानंदे। गुरवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया। भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्ठिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, you are all welcome for morning Srimad Bhagvatam class. That's Shri Jagannath Baladev Shodra Maharaj Shri Bhagavatai ISKCON Zurich, under the kind shelter of Srila Prabhupada. We are discussing the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. The subject matter of the fifth canto is Sthan. Bhagavatam has 10 subject matters. Like in Bhagavad Gita, we have 5 subject matters. Bhagavatam is 10 subject matter. And the third subject matter of Bhagavatam is called Sthan, which means actually geography and astronomy. Geography of the planet, geography and astronomy. For creation, you need the place. Creation has to creation has to take place on earth, and there must be description of the whole, this Bhumandal or the earthly planet and other planets which we can see from here. This is called Sthan. And because the all 7 islands are the Dweep, they are named after son of Priyavrta. So therefore the description of the elder son of Swayambhu, Priyavrta and his descendant up till chapter 14 is in 5th canto. The incarnation in 5th canto is Rishabdev. He is the incarnation and his pastimes in 5th canto. Now, among the sons of the Rishabdev, the Supreme Lord, the elder one is Bharata. And after his name, the whole planet Earth is called Bharatavarsha. So this Bharata was already at the stage of Bhava Bhakti, the devotion and ecstasy. And he is the example of Vrakti or renunciation, which is one of the 7 symptoms of ecstatic love. Bhakti, Shanti, always thinking of Krishna, not wasting a moment. So he is the example of Vrakti, completely renounced. He gave up his kingdom, all opulence, and left his own empire and went at the bank of Gandaki river, which is in Nepal, from where we get Salagram Shila. There at a ashram of Pula Rishti, he was doing bhakti. I was at the stage of Bhava Bhakti in ecstasy. But all of a sudden he saw some pregnant deer, because of fear of the lion, jumping from the other side to the other side of the river. Deer died, but the baby was alive. So he was merciful on the baby, that who will take care of baby. That's good. To be merciful is a symptom of a devotee. But then he become attached to that baby deer. This attachment is mode of passion. He was so much attached to the deer that his devotion was decreasing and attachment to the deer was increasing. One day when the baby deer became a little older in age, along with other deers, left the ashram, and he was searching the deer. And then he fell from the mountain into the cleft. And because he was thinking of deer, so at the last moment, so in next birth he came as a deer. And again, he never forgot his devotion in the body of deer. That is the importance of devotional service, that anybody will go, our devotion will continue. Nehabi karamna sosti prativyayo navidyate. Little devotional service will never be destroyed. It always goes with a living entity. So in deer's body, he was just waiting for his body to leave a Sampporna ashram. When he left the body of deer, then he was born as a son of a Brahman, and then his name was Janabhat. So this is the third birth of Maharaj Bharata. So philosophically, 2 things are very important in this pastime, that devotion is never destroyed and there is reincarnation. And third thing for us devotees is also important that even up to the stage of Bhava Bhakti, there is a trace of offense continue, and there is a possibility of fall down from Bhava Bhakti. Jad Bharat is the example of that. Now this time he said, I am not going to be attached to anything of this material world. I will not mix with anybody. I will simply focus on my attention on my devotion. So he was living like a log of wood. Jada. Jada means just wood. So he was not attached to anything. So Jada Bharta. This is what the first time we are reading is Jada Bharta and Maharaj Rahukul. That deer, when left body, the first deer to which Rahukul was to which Jada Bharta was attached, the Maharaj Bharta was attached to a baby deer. That baby deer when died, she came back as Maharaj Rahukul. Now he has already a relation with that baby, who is now Rahukul. So though Jada Bharta was not talking with anybody else, but with Rahukul, because of his past attachment, he has a dialogue. And that's what we are reading now. So Rahukul is a king of this then deer because of association with a great devotee. Because devotee was in a Rajogun or mode of passion, so he became Raja or king. You know, Rajogun, the Raja, word Raja means king. So he became king. So Rahukul is a king of Sindh and Sover. Sindh and Sover. Sover is Gujarat, part of the Gujarat, Saurashtra. And Sindh is the province in Pakistan, Sindh and Sover. So he was the king and he was going to Ganga Sagar, means where Ganga joined the ocean. That is the big, actually, place of pilgrimage where Kapil Dev is still residing there. The incarnation of Kapil Dev, son of Devuti, his ashram is there, is still. So he was going to that holy place and he was carried in palanquin by the 4 persons. And his entourage was also with him. They are on the path. One of the carrier of the palanquin becomes sick. And this Jada Bharta was very healthy, and they found him and they asked him to carry the palanquin. Now he is carrying the palanquin, but he is so conscious that if there is an ant on the path, he just moves here and there, and the one who is sitting in the palanquin, king, was getting disturbed. So he shouted, "Who nonsense is there giving me trouble? Are you weak? Are you tired? Nonsense, you don't know who am I? I am king, I will punish you." Then first time Jada Bharta spoke. He said, "Who is tired? Body? I am not body." So tiredness is not soul. Soul is not tired. Body is tired. So Jada Bharta immediately, when he said this, Rahukul, who was actually going to get association of devotee at holy places, he just jumped from the palanquin down. He said, "Please forgive me. I don't know who you are. You must be some exalted soul speaking about the science of soul. I'm not afraid of anybody, but I'm afraid of offending a devotee. So please tell me who you are and what you have said. How can you explain?" So this is the dialogue now. The king is with folded hands standing in front of the Jada Bharta. And this is the verse 4. We will see the summary of the first, second, third, and fourth verse. So now we are reciting this verse. Verse is spoken by Maharaj Rahukul. And he was confused about a person. He said, "I am not tired. Body is tired." So you don't understand that philosophy. So he's asking this question. So we are reading this. Yad aha yogeshwara darsyamanam Yad aha yogeshwara darsyamanam kriya phalam sadvyavara moolam. Kriya phala sadvyavara moolam. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano me. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano me. Yada yogeshwar darshyamana. Kriya phalam sadvyavara moolam. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano me. Yadaha yogeshwar darshyamana. Kriya phalam sadvyavara moolam. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano me. Please repeat. Yada yogeshwar darsyamanam. Kriya phala sadvyavara moolam. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano me. Yada yogeshvara darsyamanam. Kriya phalam sadvyavara moolam. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano me. Vatani? Anybody? Yadaha yogeshwara darsyamanam. Kriya phalam sadvyavara moolam. Nahi anjasa tattva vimarshanaya. Bhavan amosham brahmate mano. Yat, that which aha have said. Yogeshwara, O Master of the mystic power. Darshyamanam, being clearly seen. Kriya moolam, result of moving the body here and there, such as feeling fatigue. Sat, existing. Vyavara moolam, whose basis is etiquette alone. Na, not. He, certainly. anjasa, on the whole, or in fact, tattva vimarshanaya, for understanding the truth by consultation. Bhavan, your good self. Amosman, in the explanation. Brahmate is bewildered. Manaha, mind. Me, mind. Now, the translation by Srila Prabhupada. O master of the yogic power, you said that fatigue resulting from moving the body here and there is appreciated by direct perception. But actually, there is no fatigue. It simply exists as a matter of formality. By such inquiries and answers, no one can come to the conclusion of the absolute truth. Because of your presentation of this statement, my mind is little disturbed. Srila Prabhupada's purport. Formal inquiries and answers about bodily conception do not constitute knowledge of the absolute truth. So first line, bodily conception. It means the whole world, the education which we get in all the universities and college is about how to maintain the body, how to earn, how to survive, and something about what is surrounding us to know about that. That's also matter. So the whole education is on material aspect without a simple explanation of the spirit or soul. So whole education system is just to maintain the body and bodily relations and to know what is around us, our surrounding. That's the whole education. This type of education will never ever lead us to know about the absolute truth. That is the first line. So, by the way, what is absolute truth in your mind? What is the concept of absolute truth? Prabhupada writes all the places absolute truth, absolute truth. And he never says Krishna God. He says Krishna is Supreme Personality of God and Krishna is absolute truth. So he never says Krishna is God. He says Krishna is Supreme Personality of God and he is the absolute truth. So first we must understand what is absolute truth. The nectar of devotion, where there is a definition of pure devotional service is given, anya abhilashita sunyam, gyaan karamadhyanavratam, anukulyena Krishna anushīlanam bhakti uttama. So the word Krishna described by Srila Rupa Goswami and explained by Srila Prabhupada is Krishna includes all his incarnations, all his energies, and his pure devotees and his spiritual master, all are included in Krishna. So absolute truth is Krishna with all his expansion and energies. And this is very nicely described when Vyasadeva, after compiling all the Vedic literature, was not satisfied at the bank of river Saraswati at his Badrik ashram. His spiritual master, Devrishi Narad, first he told that you have described all the detail in Vedic literature about heavenly enjoyment and not describe absolute truth at one place. This is the fault in your scripture writing. This is the first thing Narad told to the Vyasadeva. What type of scripture Vyasadeva has written? Lot of enjoyment in the heaven by doing some past activity. Very little description of absolute truth or Supreme Personality of Godhead, his pastime, his name, his fame. So I used to tell one joke about this type of philosophy. Somebody went to the restaurant, he asked, what is the vegetable? He said, vegetable mix of pumpkin and grape. He said, give me one plate. How much? He said, 50-50. He said, give me a plate of the vegetable of pumpkin and grape. And it was all pumpkin, no grape. He said, what is this? Cheating? No, I said 50-50. I put one pumpkin and one grape. If you have one pumpkin and one grape, so how much you grape in your share in this sabhi? Vegetable? Nothing. It's all pumpkin. So Vyasdev, you have all the heavenly enjoyment, nothing about the spiritual world. And this description is so prominent that all the religion all over the world, they only aspire to go to the heaven and enjoy more. The whole religious system is geared like that. Go to the heaven, enjoy there. This is not an absolute religion. It's not a param dharam. Param means supreme, dharam means occupation, religion. This is one of dharma which is kaitava dharma is a cheating religion. This is the second verse of Bhagavatam, Mangala Charana. Dharma projita kaitavo nirmat saranam satam. So this type of religion is a cheating religion, is a karma kandi religion. By ritualistic performance, you go to the heaven, enjoy there and come back. Prabhupada give the example, you go in an aeroplane up and then when the fuel is over, you have to come back. It's like that. It's not param dharam. The next dharma is gyaan, is to merge in the supreme Brahm, which is light. It's all effulgence. My objection is, you cannot sleep with the light on, so how can you live in that effulgence? It's all light. What you will do there? You need darkness to at least take rest. It's not a good place. Yeah? So that is the dharma of gyaan, is to merge into the Brahm. And then topmost of that dharma, even of the Vaishnava, is go to the Vaikuntha, get the full type of liberation. Same farm, same place, same opulence, and very nearness to the God. But that is also not the param dharma. The param dharma is savai punsham paro dharmo yato bhakti adokshade ahitu kiya pratihata yena atma suparsidate. The supreme religion is love of God. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Prema Pumartho Mahan is a fifth goal of the human life, to awaken the love of God. And at this stage only we can understand what is absolute truth. So Param Dharma is love of God. And Nardev Rishi Narad says Param Dharma is the love of the Brajavasis to Krishna, like the love of the gopis for Krishna, love of Mother Yashoda for Krishna, love of his friend Madhu Mangal, his friend Sri Dhamma for Krishna, his love of Raktak Patrak, his servant for Krishna. That is Param Dharma. Therefore, our whole goal is how to awaken our Swarupa. In what mellow we are connected with Krishna. Make sure all of us are connected with Krishna in servitude. Because service is the main ingredient, even in friendship, even in fatherly love, motherly love, or even in conjugal love of Radha Rani. Everybody is serving Krishna. Like in any sweet, you have sugar. So, in any form of relation with Krishna, service is most important. Therefore, our swarup is to serve Krishna. Maybe as a friend, maybe as a Vatsalya Prem, as a mother and father, maybe as conjugal with as a lover, but service is more important. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Ekala Ishwara Krishna or Sab Bhartiya. Only Krishna is the master, everybody is serving him. So that is our swarup, that we are servant. If we forget this, then we suffer. If we always remember this, then we are happy. This is the simple philosophy. If we always remember that we are servant and Krishna is master, therefore at initiation, with every name, the word Das is added for the male and Devi Dasi is added for the female. But we are so smart, we will tell our name without Das. You have seen this? We never say Das because it's our conditioning to master. To be master is our conditioning. To be enjoyer is our conditioning. And basically in Krishna consciousness, the main philosophy is we have to do the paradigm shift of our thinking. Instead of enjoyer and master, we are to be enjoyed and servant. That is the paradigm shift in the consciousness, in Krishna consciousness, we have to really practice. From enjoying attitude to the service attitude is our goal. Because Krishna is only enjoyer. Bhoktaram Jagatapasam Sarvabhauma. We are not enjoyer. But we can enjoy with Krishna, but we cannot compete with Krishna. In cooperation we can enjoy, but not in competition. So in the spiritual world there is cooperation, in the material world there is a competition. So we have to change our consciousness towards servitude, because we cannot learn this on our own. So Krishna has to expand himself first as a Balaram to teach us how to serve. So he is the Acharya, he is the first Guru who is teaching us how to serve. So Balaram is servitude God. He is rendering, teaching us how to serve Krishna. On the other side of Krishna, from right side of Krishna, Balana expand. From left side of Krishna, Radharani expand. Both are teaching us how to serve Krishna, and both are serving Krishna. And both are the personification for a spiritual master to guide. The spiritual master is representative of Balaram to discipline. Spiritual master is representation of Radharani for affection and love. In party, you have seen the pot maker? Pot maker, when he's making a pot, earthen pot, from outside he's hitting like this, but from inside is a very, very affectionate hand. Then the pot gets shape. So from hitting outside is a business of Guru as a Balaram. And from inside giving a affectionate hand is the representation of Radharani for affection. When the two both are there, then we will be shaped properly as a living being to be offered to Krishna by a spiritual master. So this is the whole philosophy of bodily concept. As long as we are at this Prabhupada's line, formal inquiries, which means education which we get in all the universities, and answers should be about the bodily conception, do not constitute knowledge of the absolute truth. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, I am here not preaching you any religion, my religion is better than your religion. No. I am here to give you the science of soul and science of love of God. This is the subject matter I am here to deliver you. Science of soul and science of love of God. It's not religion. It's not religion. All the religions which are on the planet presently are on bodily concept. Because I am born as Christian, I am Christian. I am born as a Hindu, I am Hindu. I am born as a Jew, I am Jew. I am born as a Muslim, I am Muslim. This is a bodily concept. Krishna conscious movement is a religion of the soul. This is the difference. This is a religion of the soul. We are not talking about the religion of the body. We are talking about religion of the soul. A religion of soul is Jivera Swarupa Krishna Nityadas. The soul's religion is to always render service to the Supreme Lord with love and affection. So Srila Prabhupada said, if I would have told them my religion is better than your religion, they would have kicked me out. This is what Prabhupada said. I told them I am teaching you science of soul and science of love of God. Therefore, any student who wants to learn science, he may be from any religion, he will go to that college to learn the science. So once Prabhupada was asked by some reporter that every church, mosque, there are old people going for prayers, why you have young people with you? Prabhupada said, why there are in the universities young people? Because there's education. So I am giving education. Prabhupada said, I am giving education. And somebody in India told Prabhupada, why you are building big temple? Why don't you open the school, college? He said, well, who said it's a temple? This is our university for education of soul and love of God. We are educational. This temple are educational center. We are not here to show people the God and ask for money. No, we have to teach them who is God and what is your relation with God. This is our purpose of our temple. We are educational centers. And once somebody asked the Prabhupada, why you are spending so many millions of dollars for building big temples? Why don't you open a hospital? He said, who said this is a temple? This is a hospital for mentally sick people who are frustrated so our devotees are doctors and they treat their mental disease. And here the word in this verse is Brahmate Mana Bhava. Bhavan Brahmate Mana. My mind is bewildered. This is what Raghunath is saying. This Brahmate Mana is in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna, Arjuna says, my skin is burning, my mouth is drying up, and my mind is brumming. Brahmate Mana, same word Arjuna said. Same word exactly. Tvacha paridayate mukham chari parisusyate mana brahmate. And he is saying also my mind is bewildered because both are at bodily concepts. Arjuna was thinking of all this, my relation which is body. They are going to die and he was bewildered because of that. And Ravana is bewildered about this statement of Jad Bharata that body is fatigue, I am not body. So the whole thing is bodily concept of life. And by this education, we will never reach to understanding of the absolute truth, which means Supreme Lord as a person with all his energy. So I was telling something which I left in middle. Narad came to Vyasadeva and he said, now you sit in a meditation with devotion and you will see absolute truth and you describe absolute truth. So as soon as Narad, after giving instruction, departed, Vyasadeva went at the bank of Saraswati. He did purification by Achman and by Bhakti Yoga. He was sitting in meditation and he saw the absolute truth. Purana means complete. Along with all his energies, he saw Supreme Lord, and with him always there is internal energy like moon is always with moonshine, Prabhupada writes. So Supreme Lord is always with his internal energy. It's included with it. And behind the Supreme Lord was his material energy or mind. It was behind Supreme Lord. And it was completely under the control of the Supreme Lord. Like shadow. Shadow moves when we move. And then Vyasadeva saw all the living entities which are marginal energy of the Supreme Lord, are completely under the control of external energy. So this is the whole absolute truth. All the energies with Krishna. All living entities, all his energies along with Krishna. This is absolute truth. Krishna with all his expansion and energies is absolute truth. So to know this knowledge of the bodily concept is not sufficient. Now next line Prabhupada writes, knowledge of the absolute truth is quite different from the formal understanding of bodily pains and pleasure. Bodily pains and pleasure is a reaction of our past activities. If pious activities, we are exhausting happiness. If we get happiness, we are exhausting pious activities. If we are suffering, we are exhausting impious activities. So devotees are very happy that if I am suffering, at least my impious, sinful activities are exhausting. I am just getting out of them. That's good. And whatever happiness is also pious activities are exhausted. It means the reaction to the activities are getting finished. It means you are near to the liberation. It's good. Because they are not influenced by happiness and pain. In samadukha, sukha, you should be equal to the happiness and distress. This is only possible when somebody is at a spiritual platform, not at a bodily platform. The pain and pleasure are bodily concept. See, at the level of body, we feel pain and pleasure. At the level of mind, we feel peacefulness and unpeacefulness. At the level of soul, we experience bliss, anand. And there is no opposite word for bliss. Anand can only increase. There is no opposite word for anand. Anand means bliss, ecstasy. No opposite word. Only anandam, buddhivartanam, pratipadam, purnamrita swadanam. This bliss, is a bliss, is the ecstasy of the soul. It only increases, only increases, only increases. So, people are at the level of bodily concept. Generally, they are only concerned with pain and pleasure of this body. How to avoid pain and how to get pleasure. This is the whole ambition of the whole human being on the planet. How to get rid of the pain. Actually, in this world, there is only suffering. Dukhalyam. But to decrease or minimize the suffering, we call happiness. There is no true happiness in this world. It is only reducing the misery. We still think it's happy. It's very cold and I have, some warm cloth, I am happy. It's not that I have changed the cold. I have only just reduced the problem. That's called happiness in this world. To decrease the unhappiness is called happiness. There is no true happiness in this world. The true happiness, which Krishna says, this is 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Raja Vidya Raja Goyam Pavitram Idamatamam Pratiksha Agam Dharmam Susukham. Susukham. Su means superlative degree. Sukham means happiness. That's called actually the happiness coming from the soul. Susukham. The Susukham. The one place in Bhagavad Gita says Dukhalyam. Dukhalyam Shashvatam. This is the world is miserable. It's not permanent. But on the other side, Krishna says Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Avyayam means imperishable, which lasts forever is Avya. So, one is at the level of soul, that once you get the ecstasy, the soul is Satchit Ananda. Soul is Satta, is ever existing. Soul is Chitta, it has all knowledge. Soul is Anand because it is completely blissful, because soul is part and parcel of Supreme, and Supreme is Satchit Anand. So basically, what is Satchit Ananda? Sat, the another word for Sat in Vedic literature is Sandhani Shakti, Sandhani energy, energy of existence, both material and spiritual. And the presiding deity of Sat is Balaram, because whole material and spiritual world is expansion of Balaram. Anand is Radharani, Aladini Shakti. Anand, the presiding deity of Anand is Aladini Shakti, is Radharani. So Krishna is in the middle, and their right side is Balaram, which is Sandhani Shakti's presiding deity. Sat's presiding deity for Sat. And for Anand, which is Aladini Shakti presiding deity, Radharani. Now only Krishna is left in the middle. He is Samvit Shakti. Samvit means knowledge or Chit. So Chit Shakti, Krishna is Chit Shakti, the master of Chit Shakti, of the knowledge. Balaram is master of Sat Shakti, and Radharani is mistress of Aladini Shakti or Anand. So absolute truth is to know all these three. If we know all the Sat, Chit, Anand, then we know absolute truth. So now the whole material and spiritual world is under Balaram. And all the energies are under Radharani. They may be Lakshmis in the Vaikunth, they may be the queens in Dwarka, they may be gopis in Vrindavan. They are all expansion of Radharani. And all the Vishnu Tattva, they are expansion of Balaram. And we are also expansion of Radharani or Balaram. Both are written there. Through Balaram and Radharani, we are part and parcel of Krishna. Therefore, they are the spiritual master for guiding the living entities. This is the concept of absolute truth. And it's very rarely known except for Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achintya Bheda Bheda. It's not possible to understand the absolute truth. Satchidanand, people say Satchidanand, Satchidanand, but they don't know what is Satchidanand. These three energies and who is the presiding deity of these energies and how they work, how they function. So Prabhupada writes in Bhagavad Gita. Now Prabhupada is quoting a verse, and this verse is of bodily concept. And this is the verse, Matra Shastu Konteya Situshana Sukha Dukkada Agma Paya Nanityas Tansa Titikshu Bharata. This is the verse. Now I am reading the translation. Lord Krishna informed Arjuna that the pain and pleasure experienced in relation to the body are temporary. They come and go. One should not be disturbed by these, but should tolerate them and continue with the spiritual realization. Bhagavad Gita 2:14. Now this is the more or a different translation of the same verse. If you read the same verse translation in Bhagavad Gita, it is different than this translation here. In Bhagavad Gita, there is nothing. Continue with spiritual realization is not in Bhagavad Gita translation. You see, this translation is not there. Because here, the teaching will be on the level of soul. They are only tans, titiksha, bhata, only tolerant. Matra, sprashas, matra, sprashas. Matra means senses. And sprashas means by touch. Konti is addressed to Arjuna. Matra, splash to Konti. Sita means cold. Usha means hot. So by skin only we feel it's a winter or summer or it is rainy season. It's only through the skin we feel. Splash means by a touch. Matra splash to Konti. Sit Usha. Sit means cold. Usha means heat. Sit Usha. Sukha dukha. Happiness and distress is also at essential as a platform of the senses and sense object. Something we like is happiness. If something we don't like is misery. It's also at the level of senses. Matra shastu konte situshana sukha dukkha agama payano. Agama coming and going. Anityas, they are temporary. Tansa, therefore, titikshva bharata, you must learn to tolerate. See, adoption is our nature. See, these plants are our body. We don't know. We have tolerated. But there's some straw here, we will be upset because we are not used to it. Like glasses. First you put on glasses, it is something new. You have to adapt to that. You put the denture, you have to adapt to this. So adoption is our nature. So we are adapting to cold and heat. Anybody is disturbed by change of weather? No, we know what to do. So we have tolerated this and we are living with heat and cold in 1 year at least once. So similarly, happiness and unhappiness are also like this heat and cold. They are coming and going. It is like a seasonal changes. They will not stay ever with you. They both are like guests. They cannot stay forever. Yeah, this is one poetry in Hindi. Sukh sapna. Sukh, happiness, sapna means dream. The happiness is a dream. Dukh buddha buddha. The suffering is like a bubble. Both cannot last. Sukh sapna. The happiness is like a dream. Dukh buddha buddha. The suffering is like a bubble. Sukh sapna dukh. Dono hai mehman, both are guests. Both are guests. Usko आदर दीजिए, give respect to that. जो भेजे भगवान, it is coming from God. So be happy. Oh, please come. Suffering, come. You want to stay here? No, I have to go. Please stay. It will not stay, it will go. So don't worry. Happiness, don't go. No, I have to go. I cannot stay here. No, neither happiness will stay, neither distress will stay. Therefore, both you learn to tolerate. And tolerance is the first qualification of a sadhu. Titikshva karunika soerda. Kapil Dev is saying, tolerance is the first qualification of a sadhu. How much tolerance Prabhupada is undergoing as a 70-year-old man with a 17-year young Western boys with a different culture. You know, how much mentally he has to adapt to that situation. It's different, completely counter culture. Of American culture of the 70s, the late 60s and 70s was a hippie culture of the youth. And this man is from Vaishnava, is a man of Vaikuntha. How he was adapting and adjusting and tolerating, that is symptom of his sadhu, the Dikshva. And he is a Karunika, he is the most merciful. It is out of this, there is one line you remember today. Preaching is only possible, the impetus for preaching is compassion. If we have no compassion on the heart, in the heart, then there is no preaching. Karunika, if people are suffering and therefore we want to help them, That is the motto of a preacher. That's most important, is that people are suffering and that they need help, and that we have to do that. And unless we have this type of compassion, karuna mai radhe, karuna bharite. Radharani is most merciful. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who came in the mood of Radharani, is most merciful for all conditioned soul. Patita pavan hetu tav avatar, mosam patita na paiva. I am the most fallen, and you have appeared to deliver the fallen people. So Prabhupada used to say, I am giving initiation to the people who are not qualified. I know they are fallen, but I have hope that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is deliverer of the fallen. Therefore, I am taking this risk on the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he is Patita Pavan. So actually, until unless we have this mood, our object is to get Krishna Prem. This should be a written statement every day in front of our mind. We are here in Krishna conscious movement to awaken our love of Krishna. That is our goal. Now, Krishna Prem can only be given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nobody else can give Krishna Prem. Nobody else can give Krishna Prem. Only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can, because the authority of Krishna Prem is with Radharani. And so Mahaprabhu came in that mood, only he can give Krishna Prem. But he will not give Krishna Prem to anybody until and unless Nityananda will not recommend. Only by the recommendation of Nityananda, Mahaprabhu will give Krishna Prem. But Nityananda will only recommend that person who is going to preach to the people like Jagai and Madai. Those who are going to take risk of their own body, even Nityananda was hit on the head by the Madai or Jagai. Whatever, he took the risk. It means until and unless we come out of our comfort zone and take risk for Nityananda Prabhu, then only he will recommend to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Here is the person who is taking risk for spreading your mission, and therefore he is eligible for getting Krishna Prem. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will bestow Krishna Prem. This is only the formula which we have to follow. Take risk, get out of the comfort zone. The other day we were at Rohini Sutta and we were talking. I am more Krishna conscious, I have told, when I am preaching in Pakistan than I am living in Vrindavan. I live in Vrindavan, but I am more Krishna conscious in Pakistan, because you have to take risk there. By going to this country and preaching there, you are always Krishna conscious. All the time you have to be Krishna conscious. You cannot forget Krishna for a moment. So when we take a risk for Krishna, this is what Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati says, don't want to see God, but do something that God sees you. So God sees you it should be our goal. So here, the Chakravarti Pad has written, O master of the yoga, Yogeshwar, I said that one become tired from work. You replied that though there appears to be action like carrying the load, a result like becoming tired, that is only a conventional appearance, and one cannot discern the conventional world as the truth simply by such examples. Since your words are bewildering, my mind has become bewildered by not clearly understanding your intention. So this is Chakravarti Pad's few lines of purport, and till now we have these 4 verses which are spoken by Maharaj Raghugan. Number verse, I offer my respect to you, having an eternal blissful form like life. You have hidden your eternal experience of bliss in the form of Brahman. Number 2, your words are medicine for me, who has been bitten by the snake of false identity. With the despicable body, your words are nectar. And the third verse, Maharaj spoke yesterday. We heard that day before yesterday. I will later tell you my topic of doubt. Now please expand what you have said about adhyatmic yoga, making it easy to understand since I am inquisitive. Adhyatmic yoga, which means Bhagavad Gita is adhyatmic yoga. And today's verses, you have said that the result of actions seen in this world are simply based on convention and cannot correctly said to be the highest truth. My mind is bewildered by this. Now, tomorrow, Adhbhut as a Brahman will answer this. Now there is an answer by Adhbhut will continue. And now he will answer as a spiritual master. And he will chastise Ravan. He will say, I am standing on the earth. This body is made up of 5 elements. So on the earth is my leg. My foot, on the foot is my ankle, on the ankle is my knee, on the knee is my hip, on the hip is my body, and body is a head. On the shoulder is a one wooden stick that is also transformation of a plant from the earth. And on in that palanquin, which is also wood earth, is sitting a person who is thinking, I am king. He is also that same transformation of earth. And he is thinking, these carriers are my servant. They are also made up of the same material. And he is chastising them. So he actually says, you fool. He said like that. So this is the way he is speaking. He said, Chakravartipad said, for that, Chakravartipad writes, now having understood the answer given to defeat the king's statement, king again asked. Now Bharat addresses the king disrespectfully. Because to bring him to the senses, he's telling you are also fool thinking I am king. This is body is king. You know this one story I end this, and this with this story I am ending today's class. When king asked his minister, I want to know where is God, how to see him and what he does. 3 things. Where is God? And second thing, how to know him. And third is, what does he do? So the minister said, give me some leave that I should go and study the scripture and answer you. So he took leave, and the whole day he was in the scripture. His son was very intelligent young boy, 7, 8 years. He said, why you are not going to office, father? Why you are just absorbed in scripture? He said, king has asked me 3 questions. Where is God? How to know him, and what does he do? Oh, the boy said, I can answer this. Why you don't worry? Take me there. And father has a more confidence on his son, because son was very intelligent boy. He brought this child to the court of this king. King said, what is the answer? He said, my son will give answer. So king said, yeah, you will give answer. So what is the answer? Where is God? He said, my dear king, when guests come, it is better to ask him for water instead of asking question. You have to offer something to me. He said, what do you need? He said, I am child, I need milk. He said, bring milk. He Milk came there, and he was putting his finger inside milk. The king says, drink milk. He said, my mother used to say, there's butter in the milk, I am looking for butter. Is there butter in the milk? He said, yes, but he said, I can't see. He said, now, what is your question, king? He said, where is God? He said, God is in the whole universe, like butter in the milk, but you cannot see. Yeah, there's a butter in the milk, yes, but you cannot see. God is in the universe, in every atom, but you cannot see. What is your next question? How to see God? How to get butter out of the milk? First you have to boil the milk. Then you have to put some yogurt in that to make the yogurt or the curd. And then you churn the curd, then the butter will come. Yeah. This is a process to get butter. I think people don't know butter. Here butter they make from the cream. You take cream and get butter, yeah, right? But the process is go through the curd and then churn and get butter. So he said, yes, you want to God. First you do little austerity, which means to eat the milk. Then you get the initiation from the spiritual master, which is putting little curd in the milk. And then churning means you chant holy name. And then butter will come and you will also realize God. So to realize God, you have to undergo austerity, you have to undergo initiation, and then you have to practice the devotional service, then you will see God. See, I understood both answers. What is the third answer? What does God do? He said, are you asking this question as a spiritual master or as a student? He said, the one who asks is a student and one who answers is a spiritual master. Then you are sitting up on the throne, I am sitting down. You come down. I will sit up. When a spiritual master has to sit up, so he was sitting up and king was sitting down. He said, what does God do? He said, God does this. Sometimes he make you me king, sometimes he make me king. So you have to change chapter. So this is what king's body is. You're the servant and king, there's no difference in a bodily constitution. So you are thinking, this is a bodily concept actually. So these answers, three answers, this is the Jadbhut will speak like that. So this is all earth. I say, is earth tired? No. Is palanquin tired? No. Then why they live tired? That's also the same thing. The palanquin is not tired. Earth is not tired on which I am walking. Only my body is tired, which is transformation of earth. So it means I am not this body. The whole idea is I am not this body. You are talking of the bodily concept, I am not body. Then there will be question, will come, quite good discussion. And the next chapter is more transcendent, higher truth which Jadbhut will speak. But ultimately, last verses, it is very difficult to get out of this forest of material enjoyment. Only one path, a royal road, Mahad Pada Raja Abhishekam. Get mercy of a saintly person, then you will only find the right path. It's only by the mercy of the sadhu, Vaishnava, you can get out of this bewildering material world, where there are many paths leading to different directions. It's like the animals walking and then make a small path, they mix one another, you never get out of the forest until you get the royal road to come out. And that royal road is devotional service, which is only given by a devotee, then you will get out of that. So this chapter 12, 13, they are very philosophical, very deep philosophical chapters. Hare Krishna. Any question or comment? Before you arrive, I said, Bharata, Maharaj Bharata is example of Bhav Bhakti, Vrakti. Is a first Vrakti, then Vrakti. The next is tolerance, which is Parikshit Maharaj. They were at the stage of Bhav Bhakti. But still at Bhav Bhakti they fell down. So till Bhav Bhakti there is a possibility of some aparad or offense. And then when we discuss this pastime of Maharaj Bharata, that bhakti is never lost. It continues even in the body of deer. And then there is a reincarnation. And this is a proof of the verse of Bhagavad Gita, Antakale, Ayam Yomapi Sumam Bhavam Tejate Ante Kalevaram. Whatever the consciousness at the time of death you will get. Birth was in consciousness of deer, so you got a deer body. Then we said that deer, which Maharaj Bharat was loving, she deer become Maharaj Rama. So Bharat has attachment to him from that. Therefore, he only talked with him and enlivened him. Before that, he was not talking to anybody else. So now God has a relation from a last life. Similarly, we have some relation from last life. Therefore, we meet, we get some happiness from some people, some suffering from other people. This is also our own past karma. Some are good, therefore we meet with good people. We meet once and we always remember them. And when some people we live together, but we never like them. This is natural. This is natural. It's our past karma. So this is what the prelude we discussed about the verse. Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for the lecture. So this means, I don't know if I understood correctly, but this means that when we reach the platform of Prema Bhakti, we will not incur in any aparada.
At the stage of pure, there is no any trace of aparada. It's a very pure stage of the soul. The soul, this only comes after Brahma Bhuta stage. The Brahma Bhuta stage means after liberation, the devotion really start. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Sochati Nakamshati Samsarveshu Bhuteshu Maj Bhakti Lavate Param. My para bhakti, that why we discuss prema bhakti, is only after liberation. So really devotion start where the gyaan is end. We start from there. So at the level of prem bhakti, there is no any offense left. It's pure, crystal pure. And it has two symptoms. Krishna Akrishna. It will attract Krishna automatically. Krishna will be attracted to you. And automatically you will be cloned, you will be automatically attracted to Krishna. Krishna Akrishna. And the other word is Sandra Ananda Vishesha Atma, a condensed bliss. You don't, it's only just ecstatic. Your life is ecstatic like anything at the level of prema bhakti. There are stages. In that stage, some person can purify the whole world. Kochidudgayati nirtyanti rudanti. At that stage, sometimes he will cry, sometimes he will laugh, sometimes he will dance, and such person can purify the whole punati bhuvana. So these type people at that level can actually transform the world. Prabhupada was, dancing at the age of 70. And then this one of the Prabhupada disciples, Achyutananda Swami, has written a book, Dancing Sadhu, the blessing. So without dancing, you will never become devotee and expect the experience the science of soul actually. Really speaking, in my experience, I am not body, I am soul, can only be experienced in an ecstatic kirtan. You forget the body and you feel the little glimpse of the bliss coming from the soul. There's only in dancing. This is very simple way to realize I'm not body and soul. Only dancing, chanting, dancing, in Krishna consciousness. This is possible only by this procedure. There's no other way.
Thank you so much. I also remember that you say that Satchitananda, there are three personalities who are incarnating these qualities. So I heard, whenever I'm mistaken, but you say that Sat, Balaram is taking care of Sat, and then Anand is taken care by Srimati Radharani. So that means that Chit is taken care by Krishna. Oh wow. So
This is the presiding duty of Chit. Knowledge, like he gives Bhagavad Gita, he gives Uddhav Gita, is all knowledge coming from him?
I would remember like a sandwich. It's
This is the absolute truth. To know three together is Satchitananda. Is this angle? I think a couple of months back we were in Bangalore, and many times I was thinking, who is presiding duty of Sat? It's Balram is clear, because the whole spiritual world is expansion of Balram, and material world is created by three Vishnu. They are also expansion of Balram through Sankarshan. So here Sat is okay. Chit we know, the Anand we know, Radhini Shakti, Radharani, and then Chit is left is Vasudev. Vasudev is presiding duty of Chit, Shakti. So at that day, Bhakti Govind Maharaj was there. We were talking these things. Then I said, who's our presiding duty for that? So he at that time just takes to Shivaram Swami. And then Shivaram Swami just wrote these few lines, and then we are discussing, this is the conclusion of all these things. Earlier I was talking with our old BBT Swami, Kadam Ganan's guru, what is his name? Jayadvaita Swami. I was talking with presiding duty of these Shaktis. He said, Balaram is not Shakti, is God. How can he be? Something which was not clear, but then we discussed with Maharaj, these 2, 3, 4 together, then we realized that Sat presiding duty is Balaram, Chit is Krishna, and Radharani is for Anand, and all three, one who knows actually knows the absolute truth. This is very simple, because everything else is expansion of these three. Yeah. Satchitananda, yes. Here this Subhadra is expansion of Radharani, is a Yoga Maya Shakti. There's only spiritual energy, and one purpose, there's only spiritual energy. But it can act as a material energy in material world. Then he gives the example. Electricity is one, but you can make it through the heater to heat, or through the refrigerator to cold, but the energy is one. So energy is spiritual originally, but it only acts as a material. Chaya, Rupa, Vibharti, Durga. Durga as the material energy is shadow of Radharani. Chaya Nurupa. Chaya means shadow. So Durga is a shadow of Radharani. Lakshmi is expansion of Radharani. Gopis are kaya view of Radharani. Kaya means body. Radharani, one Radharani become many gopis just to give prayer to Krishna. Then all Radharani expansion. All the queens in Dwarka are a reflection of Radharani. Bimba, Pratibimba. Reflection. So like all energies are coming from Radharani. We living entities are also in one of the purpose of Prabhupada, right? All external marginal energy is expansion of internal energy, which is under control of external energy. This is a purport in 2.10.3. Second canto, 10th chapter, verse number 3. Purport is like exactly these words. Marginal energy is the expansion of internal energy under control of external energy. So it's the expansion of Radharani, all the living entities. Therefore we pray Hare Krishna to Radharani to engage us in Krishna's service. In one purport, I say, I read Prabhupada writes, the living entities are expression of Bhagavatam. They are part and parcel of Bhagavatam. One purport is like that. So I'm thinking, I don't know why there are two different quotations. So this needs more explanation. Hare Krishna. ग्रंथ भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंद।
Hare Hare, His Grace Sarvabhauma Prabhu ki
साधु साधु साधु।